So what can we say about the Dakar Rally for 2024? I know I've done a review for every single day of the event. I did a halfway review at rest day, and a couple of days now since the end of this edition of the Dakar Rally, I wanted to sit down and have a bit of a think about the big stories from it. I think in the bikes, it's that we start to see a bit of a resurgence for KTM. It's not something that we've really talked about too much, but Toby Price was performing well, and so was Kevin Benavides. And it was great to see them challenging the Hondas, who are really still the lot to beat. But it was also fantastic to see Ross Branch performing well on the Hero. Outside of that, we still saw Luciano Benavides performing well with Husqvarna. Saw good performances for Gas. But I think the lot to look out for with how they do in W2RC and going forward is probably going to be the KTMs. They could be about to make a resurgence in the Dakar. There wasn't much new to learn when it came to the quads, and Dion and Giroux were largely unchallenged throughout the event, though they did start a bit further down the order. The Challenger, well, it showed us that Guthrie and Gutierrez, who we already knew were strong contenders, are still strong contenders, and congratulations to her for winning in the end, beating out her teammate. But at the same time, it showed that anything can happen in the Dakar, even on the final day. In the SSVs, we saw that it can really be anybody's game as well. The top two were separated by 2 minutes at the end of it, and the order just ebbed and flowed and went all around the place. It even nearly ended up being that it was the rookie Sarah Price, who, while she's not a rookie to things like necessarily Rally Raid, I'm pretty sure she has some really solid Baja experience. She very nearly won on debut. You also have to remember, in these series, you have to think about the homologated parts. We saw what happened to the Godsals, who were performing really well but then ended up getting disqualified. And then in the cars, with a lot of the big contenders, you can never really rule them out. But it shows how many different routes you can go down for the future. Audi get the first win for an electric powered vehicle, and here it's not fully electric, but it is an electric vehicle. But you still see sustainable fuel being used, you see traditional kind of petrol or diesel, you see hydrogen being used as well. There are several different routes that can be explored for the Dakar. And to end it off, the trucks, it's still anybody's game with Kamaz out the picture, and I wonder if Kamaz would return, how much closer they'd be to that pack. I don't know if they necessarily dominate anymore, because it looks like Iveco are the team to beat now. But that would rule out how Leprai does the Praga. Tatras were performing quite well on top of that, and Hino ended up getting a 6th place finish. So I don't think we can really say for certain that it would be a slam dunk for Iveco. But hopefully when this war is over and sanctions are lifted, we could see the Kamaz back at the Dakar, and hopefully they would still be competitive. I think for me, this Dakar is still missing some of the classic essence that was the Paris-Dakar Rally, because it's had so much more variety in terms of the climate that it would go through. Like, you would go through the Sahara and you go south of it, And when you did that, you'd be able to see, well, same kind of things you saw in Latin America. Bits of jungle. You'd have all kinds of other different hurdles to come over. Whereas, whilst you do see different types of like canyons, everything like that in this edition of the Dakar in Saudi Arabia, you don't get that same variety that we got with the other locations that have hosted the Dakar Rally. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.